This latest plea comes from a woman whose life has been turned upside down. Nearly 3 months after Lilly and Jack Sullivan vanished from their family's rural home in Lansdowne Station, step-grandmother Janie Mackenzie is begging the public to stop spreading rumors that her family harmed those children. She still remembers that morning as if it were yesterday. Janie was dozing on the couch inside her small RV parked beside her son's mobile home, the place where Lilly, 6, and Jack, 4, shared a life filled with swinging from a backyard playset, chasing fireflies in the evening, and sipping hot chocolate by a wood-burning stove when the air turned chilly. The RV sits steps from a sliding glass door that leads out onto a back patio overlooking dense woods, tangled with fallen branches from old storms. It's the same door the children likely used to slip out around 9 a.m. on May 2nd. Around 8:45 a.m., Janie heard her dog barking, a sound Janie knew meant the kids were near the swings. Sure enough, she heard Lily's bright laughter and Jack's playful chatter echoing through the yard. Then, nothing, she tells CBC News, voice cracking at the memory. 20 minutes later, her son Daniel's frantic cries shattered the silence. She bolted from the RV, boots hitting the gravel, to find Lilly and Jack gone. What followed was chaos. Neighbors joined the family, combing the forest with flashlights. RCMP officers, search and rescue crews, bloodhounds and drones swept through that 5.5 square kilometer search area. Over wet, foggy days and cool nights, they found nothing but a pair of small footprints and a fragment of a pink blanket, confirmed by the family as Lily's. That blanket went straight to a lab in Halifax, then to Ottawa, where forensic specialists began testing every fiber, every smudge of stain, hoping for DNA or an imprint. In the weeks that followed, investigators expanded their net across Canada. Units from Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario joined the case alongside the National Centre for Missing Persons and the Canadian Centre for Child Protection. More than 5,000 video files from doorbell cameras, dash cams, and security feeds around Lansdowne Station have been pored over, shot by shot, to reveal the moment Lilly and Jack stepped out of frame, or to spot a suspicious vehicle idling on a side road. Over 600 tips flowed into RCMP tip lines. 54 people sat for formal interviews, some requesting polygraph tests to clear their names. Police applied for 7 judicial authorizations to seize phones, hard drives, even a neighbor's surveillance system, all in service of finding the missing siblings. Yet through it all, the line between exhaustive investigation and cruel speculation blurred. Almost from the start, Janie and her son Daniel felt the sting of online rumors accusing them of hiding something, burying the children on the property or worse. Janie recalls one night alone in her RV, the low hum of her refrigerator the only comfort as she read anonymous messages calling her cold and capable of anything. Every slow-rolling car down the gravel lane felt like an accusation. Every drone overhead a reminder the world was watching her. She told CBC, tears welling, "A heart doesn't lie, and my heart is telling me my kid did not have anything to do with this, and I had nothing to do with this." The family's cooperation with police has been total. Janie stopped an officer once from searching her trailer, not out of suspicion, but to let her dog out of harm's way. Since then, RCMP and ground crews have searched the mobile home, the RV, the septic tank, the well, and the ridge of woodland behind the house. Drones even scanned underneath the RV. Daniel passed a polygraph in late May, results he says favored him clear, yet he has not publicly shared those results, fearing misinterpretation. "You don't have to trust my word," he told Global News, "but I'm the only one doing media for Jack and Lilly, trying to keep this story alive and get them found." Meanwhile, the provincial government announced a reward of up to $150,000 for any information that leads to the children. Attorney General Becky Druhan called the disappearance felt across the province and beyond, urging anyone with knowledge, no matter how small, to step forward. That reward sits atop an already strained sense of urgency. It's a signal that authorities are desperate for leads, willing to pay for the truth. At the same time, skeptics wonder whether money will spur breakthroughs or simply fuel false tips and scams. Through months of scrutiny, a portrait emerges of a quiet family thrust into the glare of public tragedy. Before May 2nd, Janie's world was small, town grocery runs, picking grandchildren up from school, baking cookies for June barbecues. She lived a private life. Now she slinks behind tinted windows, head down when she ventures out, grateful for dark sunglasses that shield her from early morning raids by reporters. "I'm not hiding," she says softly. "I'm just a quiet person that wants to be left alone." And yet, left alone is the last thing she feels. A piece of clothing she stitched herself sits in her lap, swings her grandchildren loft on hang motionless. Photos of Lilly and Jack plastered on every lamppost are a constant reminder of lives paused in mid-play. Neighbors drop off casseroles, hand-knit blankets, new boots for a child who may never wear them again. A community shrouded in guilt. What more could we have done? Search operations continued into June and July, focusing on waterways near Gairloch Road and a pipeline trail where that ambiguous boot print was found. 78 train searchers combed the area again, boots crunched over needles and fallen limbs, high-powered lamps scanning undergrowth. Every pass turned up the same emptiness that has become almost too familiar. RCMP Major Crime spokesman Corporal Carly McCann called the operation meticulous, promising that every tip is followed up, every pixel reviewed, every shred of evidence tested. Still, months later, nothing definitive emerges. No witness has come forward to say they saw Lilly and Jack leave the yard. No one has reported a suspicious car idling late that morning. No phone pings or cell tower records trace them beyond the boundary of that property. A missing child alert was never issued. Investigators noted no clear sign of abduction, so the case did not meet Amber Alert criteria. Yet absence of evidence is no comfort to a grandmother who recalls the last laughter she heard echo across the gravel. More than once, Janie has woken in the night, convinced she heard Lilly whisper her name or Jack's small feet padding outside. She rushes to look, but finds only darkness and the same emptiness. She clutches a mug of tea, wondering if those sounds were ghostly remembrances or her heart's desperate plea for closure. Despite her grief, Janie refuses to give in to despair. In her heart, she believes Lilly and Jack are still alive, that someone holds the key to their whereabouts, and that honesty will win out over rumor. She urges those who have gone silent, witnesses who feared publicity, neighbors who thought their memories unimportant, to call police. RCMP Major Crime Unit can be reached at 9028965060, Crime Stoppers at 1800222-TIPS. Even anonymous calls are welcome. Every detail matters. And so the search presses on, powered by a grandmother's unfailing hope, a community's vigil, and investigators who sift through mountains of data. For now, each day offers the same brutal mix of hard work and heartache. Footage logged, interviews transcribed, forensic reports drafted, yet still no answers. As summer wanes, that RV on Gairloch Road remains empty inside, a shell of memories and prayers echoing off its metal walls. This update is another reminder. The disappearance of Lilly and Jack is far from forgotten. The hope for their safe return burns bright, guided by the simple truth at the heart of Janie's plea. Her family did not harm those children, and somewhere out there, someone knows what happened. Until that person steps forward, the story will continue, driven by the relentless belief that two little lives, once lost in the woods of Nova Scotia, can still be found.